Where the confrontation broke out, the tension was suffocating. When the little guy challenged the big guy, who will be the last survivor? Survival of the little ones. Weasel versus monkey. India, the land where nature weaves pictures that are both magnificent and mysterious. From the snow-capped Himalayas to the dense forests stretching far and wide, this place is home to creatures that possess both fierceness and enchanting beauty. In the tree layers, where sunlight hardly penetrates the ground, life still goes on silently. The echoes, the resounding bird song, the rustling leaves of the moving predators, and somewhere the pounding heartbeats of the small prey trying to hide. In the midst of that scene, a predatory monster appeared. Not too big, but full of boldness and aggression. The yellow-necked marten. Small but not weak. It has a long, flexible body like a forest arrow. It has a long tail that helps it balance when moving through the precarious branches. With bright yellow fur on its throat, like a streak of sunlight through the dense forest, like a bright streak of light, but also a warning about the boldness of this carnivore. Its jet black eyes, always moving constantly, follow every movement of the forest. Unlike many carnivores of the same size, martens live by reckless instinct. They do not hesitate to hunt larger prey, using speed, dexterity, and even aggression to overwhelm. On the high treetops, they move easily. The survival ability of the yellow marten is outstanding in the way they maintain their breed in this dense forest. Marten has a breeding season in late winter, but young are usually born in spring when food is abundant. Males often compete with each other to mate. The diversity of their ways of survival, from breeding to hunting, makes the marten one of Asia's most formidable small mammals. And in the forests of India, their menu is anything but limited. The marten eats a wide variety of insects, birds, jungle fowl, and small mammals. But their boldness goes beyond that. For the yellow marten, even a gray langur, the large, powerful primate with long arms and powerful legs, can become a target. encounters are not uncommon. The gray langur, a monkey with a stern face and dark eyes, is a familiar symbol of the Indian forests. They often gather in groups, move quickly in the treetops, and use loud calls to warn of predators. Living in groups has its advantages, but it is also the carelessness of separating from the group that makes an individual easy prey. In the silence of the morning, before the marten is a lone gray langur. The marten played a game to exhaust its prey. It charged. The langur struggled, but there was no escape. In a few breaths, all movement subsided. In the canopy of the tall trees, the small hunter had won again against a larger opponent. For the marten, hunting was not just about strength. It was also a game of recklessness, where the cunning always won. The afternoon sun was pale. After a meal it was time to rest and play. Higher up in the Himalayas, where the mist and frost cover the mountains, a different rhythm of life goes on. Among the jagged valleys, where the grass is only visible for a few short months of the year, there is the resilient rodent marmot. Marmota. With their round, heavy bodies but warmed by their thick double coat, they are built to withstand the icy winters. Their small but alert black eyes, their noses constantly sniffing, are always alert to any changes in the mountain winds. Marmots are masters of cohesion. They live in herds, digging deep, complex underground burrow systems for shelter. When the summer sun rises, the herd emerges from their burrows, spending hours sunning themselves, grazing on grass and moss. Their lives follow a familiar rhythm, storing up energy during the brief warm months, then falling back into a long hibernation that lasts through the cold season. The breeding season begins in early summer just as they emerge from their hibernation. In the safety of their burrows, mothers give birth to 3 to 8 young. The babies, born blind, spend their entire lives in the burrows. They are typically herbivores, feeding on mountain grasses, herbs, roots, and sometimes seeds. It is this high-fiber diet that helps marmots pack on enough fat to get through the harsh winters. But in the world of the Himalayas, even a gentle rodent like the marmot is never safe. From the clear sky of the Himalayas, the clouds are faintly visible. The silhouette of a predator is always watching. The golden eagle spread its giant wings, more than 2 meters long. Gliding lightly in the mountain wind. Its dark brown feathers dotted with bright yellow streaks on its head and nape make it look like a warrior wearing metallic armor. Its sharp eyes scan the valley. Every little movement cannot escape the predator's sight. Below, a young marmot is busy grazing at the mouth of the cave. As if it has not yet realized the shadow of death is gradually approaching from above. But the marmot is not naive in the face of danger. Its ears stand up to listen. Space seems to stop. The shadow of death swoops down. All around is chaos. The marmot disappears into the cave. The party has been lost in an instant. In the life and death battle, the marmot proves that vigilance and agility are the most effective shields for survival. Though small, it is still clever enough to escape the claws of the Lord of the Sky. The shadow of the mountains gradually covers the valley. The last light of the day retreats behind the snowy peaks of the Himalayas. Night falls, leaving a cold silence. In the Himalayas, life is determined by vigilance and escape speed. But in the north, the world of the small operates by a different strategy, recklessness, and strange hunting methods. A weasel, small but bold. The morning mist covers the low grasslands, the weak dawn light spreads the cold ground in gold. The space is dim, quiet to the point of holding one's breath. The weasel. Its body is slender, less than half a meter long, but incredibly agile. Only about 20 to 30 centimeters long, the weasel does not seem to be scary. However, it is the ghost of the northern steppes. Its coat changes with the seasons, reddish-brown in the summer and pure white in the winter, making it almost invisible in the landscape. Its jet black eyes are always on the move, searching for any opportunity. The Kamen is a reckless predator. It not only takes down small birds or rodents, but can also feast on prey many times larger. Its varied diet makes it one of the most persistent and dangerous predators in the world of small animals today. The early morning sunlight covers the ground in gold, the mist melts on the lawns. A new opportunity for the hunter. On the open lawn, a herd of rabbits are frolicking, carefreely grazing on young grass. They are not at all wary, as if inviting danger. The Kamen begins a strange dance. Unpredictable movements, confusing prey. That is the way to shorten the distance. And then, it suddenly charges. The bite was decisive, the prey lay motionless. The Kamen's dance ended with a perfect finishing touch. In the wild, smallness does not mean weakness. With intelligence, recklessness, and strange tactics, the Kamen proved, sometimes, death does not come from the biggest, but from the one who knows how to turn the hunt into a dance of death. But the power of this species does not stop at hunting. The way they maintain their species also shows amazing adaptation. In the spring, the ermine enters the reproductive period. Like many species in the weasel family, they have the ability to delay embryonic development so that the young are born at the right time, when food is abundant. In each litter, the young will be quickly trained in the harsh lesson of survival. Small, agile, reckless, and reproducing strongly. The ermine is a clear proof. In nature, it is not size that determines everything. It is adaptation and survival instinct that have turned them into silent killers of the north. Night falls, covering the land that has just gone through a life and death day. Everything gradually settles down in silence. The early morning sunlight falls on the dry grasslands of southern Africa, where each wind blows yellow dust mixed with heat. In the harsh landscape there is a small creature, but not alone. They always find a way to survive in the harsh land. Meerkat. Small creatures, less than 30 centimeters tall. With light gray fur mixed with dark brown stripes running down the back, a long tapered tail that helps keep balance when standing upright. Sharp black-rimmed eyes, not only a highlight, but also help them reduce glare under the harsh desert sun. Meerkats are masters of community spirit. They live in groups of 20 to 30 individuals, digging deep and intricate burrow systems to avoid the heat and take shelter at night. Every time the group goes out, there is always at least one individual standing upright as a sentinel. When it detects danger, it emits loud alarm calls. Immediately, the whole group disappears under the dust. The source of life for meerkats comes from the harsh desert. They dig for insects, scorpions, centipedes, spiders, lizards, and even small snakes. With strong claws and a sharp nose, no insect or reptile can escape them. In the herd, the female leader usually has the right to reproduce. After nearly 11 weeks of pregnancy, she gives birth to 2 to 5 young. All members of the herd will take turns caring for, feeding, and protecting the young. When the sun rises, the herd will go out to find food and take turns keeping watch. Thanks to that, the children grow quickly, and after only a few weeks they begin to leave the cave, learn to stand upright, dig for food, and observe the harsh world outside. It is this bond that creates a tight-knit herd society. When meerkats go out, the whole herd moves as a unified entity. Each erect ear, each alarm call can determine survival. When the meerkats enter a new day of foraging, the sun burns the ground, dust flies in the wind. In the midst of this busyness, danger approaches. Near the hot rock, the shadow slithered out. A notorious hunter of Africa, the Cobra. With its powerful fangs containing neurotoxic venom and its characteristic bulging neck, a single strike was enough to take down an opponent many times larger. On the scorching ground, the shadow slithered closer. The young meerkats, not yet fully grown, were the easiest targets. The meerkats huddled together. The atmosphere was tense to the point of suffocation. confrontation broke out. A battle that was difficult to determine the winner. The desert dust settled, the meerkats still stood firm. In the world of meerkats, they have proven that strength lies not only in their fangs, but also in their spirit of solidarity. From the reckless marten in the Indian jungle, the wary marmot in the Himalayas, to the monstrous ermine on the northern steppe, and now the meerkat in the middle of the African desert. All have proven one thing: strong survival is always the core instinct, helping them to fight against predators and the harshness of nature. In your opinion, which of these species shows the strongest vitality? Leave a comment below. If you love survival in the wild, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any great survival stories. The blazing sun beats down on the Pantanal, the largest wilderness kingdom on the planet. But this is not a peaceful world, it is a fierce arena for survival. A herd of Nellore cattle slowly traverses the grasslands, dust rising with each heavy step. They are resilient nomads, but even giants cannot escape the spiral of death. High above, a harpy eagle is motionless on a branch, its cold eyes scanning the forest. Beneath the dense foliage, a troop of capuchin monkeys swing from branch to branch, searching for food. But death does not come early. In the blink of an eye, the harpy swoops down like a bolt of lightning, its huge talons closing in on its prey. A shrill cry rings out, and then all is quiet. Beneath the still water, a dark figure slithers forward. An anaconda more than 6 meters long hides among the duckweed, its cold eyes watching every move on the riverbank. The water suddenly explodes. Muscles tighten, tightening by the second. In an instant, life is swallowed by darkness. Wild Pantanal, the last wilderness paradise. Spanning Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay, the Pantanal is the largest wetland on the planet, covering an area of 0.000 square kilometers, twice the size of England. During the rainy season, it becomes a giant inland ocean, submerging fields and turning forests into watery mazes. When the dry season comes, the waters recede, leaving isolated lakes that become arenas of life and death for countless animals. The Pantanal ecosystem is incredibly diverse, home to more than 650 species of birds, 400 species of fish, 300 species of mammals, and hundreds of species of reptiles and amphibians. Unlike the dense Amazon jungle, the Pantanal is an open world where prey and predators are always in sight, creating breathtaking battles for survival in the vast sky. And in that sky, the rulers are not jaguars or crocodiles, but birds. The Jabiru stork, the tallest bird in South America, soars in the sky, its long legs like pillars standing firmly on the swamp. The great white heron, with its graceful appearance, moves gently on the water, its sharp eyes not missing any small fish below. Flocks of brilliant macaws glide across the sky, dyeing the space with vibrant patches of green, red, and yellow. Each bird species in the Pantanal has a distinct role in this ecosystem. White herons and Jabiru storks help control the fish population, while vultures hover overhead, scavenging for carrion, keeping the environment clean. Pelicans gather in flocks, herding fish into one corner, using their numerical advantage to get a full meal. This is not just a beautiful picture of nature, it is a perfectly functioning machine where every creature has its place. Pantanal, the largest wild wetland on the planet, where South America's most fearsome predators rule. In the dense forests, jaguars lurk, their sharp yellow eyes tracking every move of their prey on the riverbank. In the distance, a flock of capybara leisurely forages. Jabiru storks spread their wings over the water, while giant otters glide silently across the river. But in a world full of lone predators, giant otters operate differently. They don't fight alone, they're never alone, and that's what makes them one of the most formidable rulers of the Pantanal. At up to 1.8 meters long and weighing nearly 30 kilograms, they're the largest otter in the world. But what makes them truly dangerous isn't just their size, but their pack hunting tactics. Groups of otters can number up to 20 individuals, and when they act together, no prey can escape their clutches. water returned to its calm, but the battle had proven one thing. In the Pantanal, the strongest do not always win. Sometimes unity and ingenuity are the most formidable weapons, and for the giant otters, they are not just survivors, they are true warriors of the river. The sun gradually set over the Pantanal marshes, dyeing the silent waters that flowed through the vast green grasslands golden. Jabiru storks stand silently watching the water, giant otters frolic in the river, while caiman crocodiles are as still as driftwood. On one riverbank, a herd of capybara leisurely enjoys a rare moment of peace. With short but powerful legs, shaggy brown fur and alert ears, they are the world's largest rodents, weighing up to 80 kilograms and measuring more than 1.3 m in length. But their size does not protect them from danger. In the wilds of the Pantanal, capybara are ideal prey for jaguars, caiman crocodiles, and giant anacondas. Without sharp weapons or superior speed to defend themselves, capybara rely on the solidarity of the herd and ingenious escape tactics to survive. But even the most cautious creatures can make mistakes, and sometimes, just a moment of carelessness can turn into tragedy. The water surface seemed completely calm, but beneath the green duckweed, a 20-foot-long anaconda was lurking, waiting for the perfect opportunity. It knew that capybaras were good swimmers, but it also knew that if a baby swam away from the herd, or showed signs of slowing down, it would have a hearty meal. And that opportunity came. A young capybara, active and inexperienced, jumped into the water to follow its mother to the other side. That moment was the end. Suddenly,
the distance, the capybara had gathered on the shore. They stood silently, their dark eyes fixed on the water, where a life had just been taken. But in the harsh world of the Pantanal, life does not stop with one loss. They must continue to move forward, be more vigilant, protect each other more. As the night gradually fell, the capybara moved on, returning to their daily routine. In the Pantanal, even the gentlest creatures must learn to face death, and only the smartest, the fastest, and the most united will survive. Pantanal, the largest wetland on the planet, where wild nature operates according to harsh but miraculous laws. Among the winding rivers, dense green forests, and vast swamps, there is a creature that has adapted perfectly. Becoming a symbol of the enduring vitality here. The Nelore cattle, Bos taurus indicus, with its strong physique, proud curved horns, and tireless steps, is one of the most important animals of the Pantanal plain. They are not fierce predators, nor are they mysterious wild animals. Their characteristic white fur helps them reflect sunlight, limiting heat absorption in the intense heat of the tropics. The large hump on their backs not only stores energy, but also helps them maintain endurance during long journeys. In the muddy fields of the Pantanal, where the rainy season turns the land into a sea of water, and the dry season causes rivers to shrink, the Nelore cattle still steadfastly move forward, adapting to every change in the environment. .1 mornings in the Pantanal swamps begin with the familiar sounds of nature, the calls of birds echoing in the air, the sound of water trickling through small rivers, and the sound of cows' hooves stomping on the soft soil. A herd of hundreds of Nelore cattle moves slowly, dust rising with each step. Leading the herd are mature bulls, with curved horns and quiet but authoritative eyes. The cows follow behind, with their calves trotting after their mothers. The cow herd rides behind, guiding the herd towards new pastures. This is part of the daily rhythm of the Pantanal, a constant movement, where people and nature blend together in a way that is rarely seen anywhere else in the world. Although domesticated, the Nelore cattle play an important role in the Pantanal ecosystem. help expand grasslands, creating natural trails that other animals such as deer, wild boars, and even jaguars use to move through the dense vegetation. The areas where they graze become home to new plant species, and the constant movement of the cattle also helps disperse seeds, maintaining biodiversity in the area. For humans, the Nelore cattle are not only an important source of meat, but also an integral part of traditional South American herding culture. Pantanal cowboys, with their wide-brimmed hats and skilled horseback riding, have accompanied their herds for generations, creating one of the most iconic sights of the Pantanal. In the sky above the Pantanal, where dense forests merge with vast marshes, a giant shadow glides through the tallest trees. It is the harpy eagle, Harpia harpia, the ultimate predator of the South American forests. With a wingspan of up to 2 meters, a weight of nearly 9 kilograms, and talons 13 centimeters long, this bird can catch and crush its prey in a single swift swoop.
After eating its fill, the harpy raised its head, its golden eyes still as sharp as when hunting. In the distance, the capuchin monkeys were still panicking, hopping from branch to branch in search of safer shelter. But they knew well, the Pantanal skies were never truly safe. The harpy eagle was still there, hidden in the shade of tall trees, waiting for the next perfect opportunity. And when the time is right, it will swoop down like a nightmare into the forest, continuing to write the story of the greatest predator here. The afternoon gradually falls over the Pantanal, the sunset dyes the vast marshland red. The chirping of insects blends with the sound of water rippling beside the palm forests, signaling the end of the day. But in the sky, the blue rays of light still glide by, spreading their proud wings. That is the hyacinth macaw, the world's largest parrot, the jewel of South America's wildlife. With a length of more than 1 meter, brilliant blue feathers and sharp eyes rimmed with gold, they radiate a strange beauty in the middle of the old forest. But despite their elegant appearance, hyacinth macaws are not weak creatures. Their huge black beaks, with a bite strong enough to crush the hardest nuts, help them easily access food sources that most other birds cannot exploit. They are masters at finding palm nuts, a nutritious food, and also a vital source of life for them in this harsh environment. In the dense canopy, a pair of hyacinth parrots are perched on a high palm branch, their strong curved beaks carefully cracking each solid palm nut, crushing the hard shell to reach the nutritious core inside. Unlike other nut-eating birds that struggle to crack the shell, hyacinth parrots can crack the rock-hard shell with just one powerful beak crack. But this prosperity does not last forever. As palm forests are destroyed by humans, their food sources become increasingly scarce, forcing them to move further and further away in search of survival. In the distance, another group of parrots flies towards the steep cliffs, where they nest in natural crevices, away from predators such as snakes and jaguars. Hyacinth macaws are lifelong pairs, remaining with their mate from birth through old age. This bond not only helps them protect each other, but also helps them raise the next generation in a challenging environment.